we won't listen. We refuse to listen to the man. We refused to accept the fact that Russia has legitimate security interests. And until we do that, this will go on. Russia won't stop. So it's back to where we started. This ball is back in the European court, because I don't see any evidence right now that anyone in London is going to diverge in their opinion from us. In fact, London may be more vociferous in its advocacy for war than Washington in many ways.
Why is that?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, we used to have really sober-minded leaders in London. You know, you had people like Palmerston, Disraeli, even Gladstone, all these people that would have said, look, we certainly care about the Ukrainians. We would like to see an end to the war, but we're not going to commit British armies to the field to throw out the Russians. So we have to deal with the Tsar and find other ways to reconcile this. I mean, this was the point of the 1879 Congress of Berlin, where Disraeli and Bismarck plotted together and avoided a war that would have resulted basically in the Russian capture of Constantinople. And they certainly understood why the Russians wanted to capture Constantinople. It was the center of Orthodox Christianity for 1,000 years. They wanted to throw the Muslims out. That's fine. We understand that. But that's not in everybody's interest in Europe. And you're going to create, you know, a conflagration on an international level when we're trying to maintain peace, stability, and prosperity. So the two of them worked together, and it was avoided. We don't seem to have anybody willing to do that. No one's willing to say, look, this is really not in our interest. You know, what is important to Britain? What's important to Germany? I think the Germans know there's nothing happening in eastern Ukraine that is of vital strategic interest to the German nation. Sorry, it's not there. The French certainly know that. So what is happening in Britain? I don't understand this. It seems as though this globalist mindset that the entire world has to be brought to heel and be assimilated into this world of no national borders, no national identity, world government, and so forth, is driving these people. Well, you know, those things are not going to go away. You know, the big joke historically was on the day that the Soviet Union fell, everybody stood around in Moscow and said, well, what happened to all of the Soviet men? And somebody from the United States said, what are you talking about? I said, well, the Soviet man, this was the ideal. We were going to build the new Soviet man who had no identity, no cultural identity, no ethnic identity, no religious identity. And they turned around and said, but that didn't happen. Instead of, after 70 years of communism, we have Ukrainians, Kazakhs, Uzbeks, Lithuanians, Latvians. You know, the key to peace and prosperity, as Disraeli and Bismarck understood, and I think many understood for many years in Europe, is to accept those things, respect those things. Then you can get along and you come to arrangements, and they may not be perfect, but at least they end the bloodletting, and it gives you an opportunity over time to perhaps fashion something better. That was Metternich. You know, all the men of the past, Talleyrand, everybody, go back and look at these people that put an end to the Napoleonic Wars and then fashioned new peace agreements. They all thought in those terms. You can't ignore those things. So you accommodate them, you live with them. And what have we learned in Europe? Once people were secure inside their borders, and they were relatively homogenous after World War II, so that Frenchmen were not at risk in France, and Germans were not at risk in Germany, and Poles were not at risk inside Poland. People were secure. The borders didn't mean a great deal, did they?
No.
That's the more intelligent approach. We've lost an appreciation for it. I don't know where we got lost, but we're very definitely lost at this point.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.